It's week 1 of the 2022 season, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Packers and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is finally time to kick off another NFL regular season, folks. Here we go, and what a game we have to start, Charles. A rivalry showdown between the Packers and the Vikings, two teams who have really defined the NFC North for some time.
So let's face it, fans in Detroit, fans in Chicago don't want to hear it, but you nailed it, because one of these two has won 13 of the last 15 NFC North titles in Green Bay. Got a 3-year streak with 13 wins in each of those seasons. The Packers are obviously heavy favorites, but if Minnesota can get above its 8 wins from last year, they've got a chance to challenge Green Bay for this division crown.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is back for his 5th year as Minnesota's starter, tied for the longest streak of stability the team has had at quarterback since, get this, Fran Tarkenton in the late 1970s. He's been excellent during that time, making his 2nd Pro Bowl last season after 4,200 yards and 33 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings, though, still hovering right around 500 at the 8-win mark, hoping to see him lead a talented roster back to the postseason.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now Cousins here on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Cousins.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
Even as he nears age 40, Aaron Rodgers' game isn't taking a single backward step. He became only the 4th player to win back-to-back MVP awards and led Green Bay to its 3rd straight 13-win season. He avoids turnovers better than anyone in football at the quarterback position, and Green Bay, they are always a front runner with him under center.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Alan Lazard just keeps improving season by season, and he's become a favorite of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. This year needs to be his biggest jump yet, because the Packers need someone to step up and replace Devontae Adams. Looked a little bit like Adams on that catch, moving the sticks.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Rodgers to throw. The left side. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. Looking sideline, incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football.
He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener. And they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in Week 3 and then Chicago in Week 5.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan, 64 yards. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Cousins on 1st down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he will have a Vikings first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Final play of the half, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's good to make it 14-0. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, this is your halftime report. First, we travel to Tennessee, where the Titans would take a late first half lead against the Giants. Touchdown pass to Austin Hooper from Malik Willis. The Titans take the lead 6-0. Extra point is up and good. 7-12. You can see the scoring summary right there on the bottom left. 12 plays, 91 yards. Daniel Jones, last play of the half, gets nothing out of it. And that game would go to halftime 7-0. Tennessee looking good in their season debut. From there we go to Arizona, where the Kansas City Chiefs would take the opening possession, and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs would take it all the way to the end zone to score the first touchdown. Travis Kelce, the receptionist, Patrick Mahomes throws a touchdown pass to Travis Kelce. What is new? Extra point, up and good, 7-0. The Chiefs take an early lead. Arizona 3rd and inches, trying to answer back from the scoring drive. It's caught for the first down. Oh, but he fumbled the ball. And just, I forgot his name, I'm not even going to lie. And Trent McDuffie recovers for a fumble recovery touchdown. The defense scores a touchdown, and the extra point is up and good. 14-0 now. Kansas City took a lead. A mistake by Arizona. It would have been a first down. And Patrick Mahomes, late, right before halftime, would march that back down the field with his Chiefs and score yet another touchdown, passing it to Mecole Hardman. Just a dominant game for the Chiefs before halftime. And Arizona would run one final play before halftime, but nothing they could do could give them the lead, and that would go to halftime 21-0. A shutout by Kansas City at halftime, 21-0.
And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done it.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Throwing is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Josiah DeGuara, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now Crosby for the point after. And it is now 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins now.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Play fake. Cousins steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 45.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Ball start, offense.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Taken down at 41. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 13.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. That'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. 1st down. Here's Cousins. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Cousins again. Setting up the screen for Cook. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 2nd down, Cousins again. He's going to let it fly. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd down, Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Cousins to throw for it on fourth. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, it's Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Packers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.